Hello everyone, it's your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black, the one and only, here with another exciting video. And in this video, we're going to be playing some AI Dungeon 2. This is Jet, Starlight and Zana, Fairy Monster Hunters, episode number 30. If you have not watched episodes number 1 through 29, I highly recommend that you do so by clicking on the series playlist link in the description box below or in the end card. If you would like to read the entire story on the AI Dungeon website, we have a link to that in the description box below. And if you would like to talk about the series with each other or with your boy, feel free to post a comment in the comment section below or hit us up on our Discord. I love seeing your memes and other fan content. If you'd like to talk spoilers, feel free to DM me on the Discord. Link in the description. Without further ado, let's start today's episode by reading the last action from the previous episode. You say, Yag, you can go with the elf woman to your room. Zana, are you ready for bed? We can talk with Laura and relax before drifting to sleep, if you would like. Yeah, I'm ready to sleep, Zana responds. Perfect. We can speak more in the morning, you say. You lie down next to Zana and drift off to sleep. So now I'm going to wake up and use reality manipulation to summon a large bowl of flowers that everyone can eat for breakfast. Excuse me. Everyone wakes up to a large bowl of delicious flowers. What is this? Asks the elf woman as she reaches out for a flower. This is breakfast, you say, as you grab a handful of petals and eat them. Really? That's it? So this elf woman's acting like she doesn't eat flowers, which makes sense. There are like other types of food. So I'm gonna say, what is your name, elf woman? Because we've just been calling her elf woman this whole time. Lena, she responds. So Lena, you want to come with us? Well, hold on. Just let her answer Lena. I'm gonna ask her what her last name is. You say, what is your last name, Lena? I want to learn more about her. Why do you need to know? She asks in a hostile manner. I just want to know, you say, while grabbing another handful of petals. Fine. My last name is Hayworth, she says. And then the game had me say that's a beautiful name. Nope, probably wouldn't say that. Okay. So I'm gonna say, Lena. It seems like my friend Yag likes you. Do you like Yag? I'm also curious, like, how much she can do with her fire-breathing powers. I don't even know him, she says. He likes you, you say in a joking manner. I'm happy for him, I guess. Yag, you can have my corpse when the goblins are done with it. I'm gonna say, that's a morbid sense of humor you've got there, Lena. Lena, what all can you do with your fire-breathing abilities? In case you guys missed the previous episode, Lena is an elf woman from the Super Goblin City, which is located in another world. Yag and Lena fought. Yag has a crush on Lena. We offered Lena to come back to our world so that we could train her so that she could become stronger, and now she's here. I can breathe fire, obviously, she says. I mean, is there any sort of limitations? For example, can you only breathe regular fire, or can you do something else, like, say, explosive fire? Lena takes a moment to think. You wonder if Lena can breathe godly fire. Like, can she breathe, like, divine flames? Because that'd be cool. I do that, like, on occasion. Someone like the fire of Agni. I can also breathe divine flames, she says. You are surprised by the answer. Wait, you can breathe divine flames? Does that mean you can breathe whatever type of fire the priest of the Fire Lord are capable of? I'm gonna get rid of that part, because it's like more lore that you didn't know. Let's see. So I'm gonna say, that's pretty cool. I also can manipulate divine flames. Is there a form of fire that is more powerful than divine fire? This is something that I never really thought about until now. Because we're going to help Lena become stronger. But is there like another level beyond divine fire? Yes, there is infernal fire. It is created from the essence of the infernal realm. It's also much higher than divine fire, says Lena. Ooh. Okay. So today, let's go to the infernal realm and learn how to harness infernal flame. Yeah, that just sounds like a good idea. We can all learn how to like use this higher level of fire magic. I'm not going to the infernal realm, Lena responds. You can conjure and wield infernal flame, you say in a confused manner. Lena explains that she isn't going to the infernal realm because it is full of demons and devil lords. So instead of me saying, but you can conjure infernal flame, I would say, if you want to get stronger, then you should improve your fire abilities. In order to do that, you need to learn how to manipulate infernal flame. Lena explains that she isn't going because the infernal realm is full of demons and devil lords. Okay, hit send. And then I'm going to say, that's even better. We can get stronger by fighting the most powerful devil lords in the infernal realm while learning how to master infernal flame. Yeah, because that is how you get stronger. You just fight strong opponents and you learn new techniques and abilities. No, it isn't better. I don't want to risk getting my essence absorbed by a devil lord, says Lena. I'm going to say, if a devil lord absorbs your essence, do they gain your abilities? Yeah, because if that's the case, then we should fight the strongest devil lord. He'll have like hella powers. Yes, but if they're strong enough to do that, then chances are they'll just kill you and take your body instead, says Lena. Lena is very logical in her thoughts, but you think that maybe she's being a bit paranoid about this. So you're saying that a devil lord can possess your body after they kill you? Yeah, because that's actually like a really interesting concept. We need protection from possession. That became like a big deal last episode when Laura got possessed. Yes, but it's not as simple as that. It's not like an ordinary ghost. A devil lord can transfer their mind into another body while leaving the original one behind. Then the original body is under the control of the devil lord and only exists to do its bidding, says Lena. Oh, cool. So the devil lord's old body becomes its servant. Old body becomes its servant. That is a neat ability. I am super excited to fight the strongest devil lord. Lena, if you want to get stronger, then you should join us on our quest to fight the devil lords and to learn how to manipulate infernal flame. That's just true. You know, like, you can't just be afraid that you'll get killed and absorbed by demons. If we were afraid, we wouldn't do stuff. No, you're not listening. You don't understand how dangerous this plan is. I'm not going, says Lena. You're getting a little irritated by Lena's overprotective attitude. Your face starts to get red, and your palms start to sweat. I don't know why the game has me so heated. Like, it's making it as if I'm, like, upset. Let's see. I'm going to say, how do you expect to get stronger, Lena, if you don't want to fight strong opponents and increase the power of your abilities? Yeah, it seems like this is like the perfect way for you to get stronger. I can get stronger without the risk of fighting enemies who can transfer their mind into my body or kill me in some other way that I haven't thought of, says Lena. I'm going to say, well, if you want to take that approach, I recommend that you go to the Traps and Tricks Center. It is essentially a library full of valuable information on magic. It is also full of traps and monster bookcases. You'll be able to read up on different types of magic and train your ability to avoid traps and monsters at the same time. What are your thoughts on that? Yeah, because it seems like she's like being really chicken about going to the Infernal Realm. I'm still going to the Infernal Realm, but she can go to the library. She said, I don't know anything about that place, Lena says, but it sounds a lot safer than going to fight the Devil Lords. Lena agrees with your idea. Okay, I'll go study at the Traps and Tricks Center, says Lena. Okay. See you later, Lena. You look at Yag, Zana, and Laura. You're excited about the idea of going to the Infernal Realm. You ask Yag, Zana, and Laura if they would like to go with you to the Infernal Realm to fight the realm's strongest devil lords and to master the ability to manipulate infernal flames. Let's see. I hope that they're down. I think that'd be really cool. I'll join you, Kit, says Yag happily. How can I turn down a chance to fight the flames of hell? I'll help you, says Zana. I'm not letting my daughter go into the Infernal Realm without me, says Lena. Okay, so I can fix that last thing where it mixes up Lena and Laura. So I'm going to make it say Laura, and then I'm going to change it from my daughter to my mother. I'm going to change where it said Kit to Jet earlier. There we go. And instead of saying hell, because that's kind of already a place question. Is it a place already? Whatever. I'm going to just make it say Infernal Realm. Just to be sure. Just to be sure. Be more specific. and then change this weird comma thing, because it likes to end sentences with commas, to an exclamation point. Okay, there we go. Now that's a freshened up response. Okay. So it seems like we're all excited and ready to go. So I'm going to use portal magic to open a gateway to the infernal realm. You, Zana, Laura, and Yag travel through the portal and enter the infernal realm. You look around and use your void sense to see if you detect any powerful devil lords nearby. You sense the presence of a powerful devil lord named Velzix, who has a great army of demons. You also sense the presence of another powerful devil lord named Zelvix, who he also has a large army. Which do you want to fight, Yag? Actually, instead of me saying which do you want to fight, Yag, I would probably say something like, there are 4 of us, but only 2 powerful devil lords nearby. Okay. It seems like we should split up into teams of 2. One team should fight Belzix, and the other team should fight Zelvix. Who wants to team up with who? This is interesting. We can do like tag team battle stuff. I want to team up with Zana, Lena says. I'm going to correct that to Laura. No, I want to team up with Zana, Yagrid says. I'm going to change that to Yag. Me and my mom should team up. I'm too young to die, says the goblin. Shut up, goblin. I don't know who would have said that. So I'm going to get rid of the last 2 lines. Or maybe I should refresh it, because it did mess up a lot of stuff. Refresh. Velzix. I want to fight Velzix, Yag says excitedly. I have more experience dealing with demons. I should fight Zelvix, Zana says. You ponder who should fight who. Okay. I mean, this seems pretty simple. I'm just going to ask Laura if she'd rather fight Belzix with Yag or fight Zelvix with Zana. Because that'll be what determines, okay. I'll fight Velzix with Yag, says Zana. Sounds good to me. I'll have my mom to help me if something goes wrong during the fight. You smile and nod at Zana. So, I'll fight. That actually is really confusing. Retry. I'll fight Velzix, says Yag. We already know who Yag's gonna fight. Refresh again. You ask Yag if he'd rather fight Velzix with himself or... No, I'm asking Laura. I'm asking Laura a question. Retry. You ask Yag if he'd rather have your daughter or your wife. I'll take your lovely wife, says Zana. It keeps getting confused. There are so many names in what I'm saying. I think I'd rather fight Velzix. Okay, hold on. Let me just jump back. And just rephrase my thing. Okay. You ask Laura if she'd rather team up with Zana or Yag. That would make it a lot simpler. I'm still new at this. I don't want to hold you back. You and Zana team up. I'll go with Yag, she says cheerfully. All right then, Yag laughs. Okay, cool. So Yag and Laura and Zana and I. I mean, that makes sense. Where? Zana, let's head over to go face off against Zelvix. You wonder how you and Zana will be able to learn infernal flame magic. You think you might be able to learn from Zelvix as you fight him. You might be able to learn infernal flame magic from Zelvix as you fight him. Oh, I'm hitting the wrong thing. I was hitting shift. I was like, why isn't it going? Zelvix's fortress. You and Zana prepare yourselves to fight against Zelvix. Yag wishes you luck as he takes his leave to go look for trouble elsewhere. You and Zana travel to the fortress of Zelvix. I'm going to get rid of this transitionary line because I thought we were suddenly going to appear there, but that's not what happened. Let's see. Yag wishes you luck, and he takes his leave to go look for trouble elsewhere. While Yag and Laura head off to go fight Velsix, you and Zana travel to the fortress of Zelvix. Oh, their names are like just the flip of those two letters. I feel weird that I didn't realize that until like just now. Okay. Let's see. You yell, Zelvix. My wife Zana and I would like to learn infernal flame magic from you and then slay you. Come out. If you refuse to teach us, we'll just slay you anyways. We'll likely just like learn it from somebody else regardless. Zelvix's voice echoes throughout the fortress as he replies, Your wife? That must be why you're traveling with a ghost. Well, come on in. I'll teach you my magic. You say, My wife isn't a ghost. She's an alien. I'm glad that you are so welcoming. Let's see. You beckon Zana to follow you into Zelvix's fortress. You're excited to start learning how to manipulate infernal flames. Excuse me. Things are going pretty well. Zelvix was actually down to teach us. Zelvix opens up his fortress doors and lets you in. It's about time I had some new pupils, Zelvix says as he enters his study. You follow him into his study, but Zana stays behind. Let's see. You reassure Zana that everything is going to be okay. You ask Zana to follow you into Zelvix's study so that the two of you can learn how to manipulate infernal flames. Yeah, Zana gets nervous before like big battles, but this isn't even like a fight. This is just like magic school. Zana is still worried, but you manage to convince her that it'll be fine. You promise that you won't let anything happen to her if she comes with you. Zana nods in understanding and agrees to enter Zelvix's study. You say, "So Zelvix, how do we learn?" I guess I should just ask Zelvix, how do you manipulate infernal flames? Do 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 do. That's easy. You just need to speak infernal, Zelvix exclaims, before speaking in a language you don't understand. A ball of fire appears in the palm of his hand. Make a fist, he commands you. Okay, and I'm going to get rid of this weird error where it put like a question mark inside of a parenthesis. Okay. You follow Zelvix's orders and make a fist. You look at Zana to see, well, I guess to check and see if she is following along with Zelvix's instructions. You wonder if you could learn the language of Infernal by tapping into your connection to the dark tapestry. Yeah, because it sounds like if I can just speak Infernal, then I can manipulate Infernal flames. You make a fist and notice that Zelvix seems surprised that you managed to produce a spark of fire. Zana looks overjoyed that you performed the task so quickly. You're a natural talent. I don't know if Zelvix or Zana said that. Really, either one of them could have. Let's see. You attempt to tap into the dark tapestry to learn the language of Infernal. You attempt to tap into the dark tapestry to learn the language of Infernal. You feel both your mind and Zana's mind become enhanced. Your brain will be able to process alien languages with more ease, and your mental capabilities will increase. You attempt to speak Infernal in order to create a small dragon construct out of infernal flame. Let's see if this works. I didn't know you could speak Infernal, Zana says with surprise. I can't. I just thought tapping into the dark tapestry would let me understand the language. Turns out it did. Okay, let's see. I'm going to ask Zana to try to speak Infernal. You believe that when you connected to the dark tapestry, that it somehow also enhanced Zana's capabilities. You think that Zana's bond with you might also allow her to tap into the dark tapestry. Yeah, because it's like I did it, and then it's like your mind and Zana's mind were enhanced. And I was like, and Zana's mind? I was like, that's interesting. Zana, try to speak Infernal, you suggest to her. Zana stares at you blankly before speaking. I don't know this language. Do you think I would have learned it if I could speak it? Excuse me. see, do you think I would be trying to learn it if I could speak it? To which then I would say, just trust me, Zana. I think that your connection to me might connect you to the dark tapestry. If that's the case, then you should be able to pull knowledge from the dark tapestry. Try and see if that allows you to speak Infernal. Yeah, because that would be pretty crazy. That would make Zana significantly more powerful. Zana stares at you blankly before speaking. I don't know this language. And then it repeated. I'm going to retry that. Zana once again stares at you blankly. She closes her eyes and begins to whisper in the tone of one repeating something memorized. Azoror, Safrar, Torondon, Amanoron, Hyleon, Livion, Virtus, Devos, Sokalan, Cardior. Let's see. You attempt to translate what Zana just said. Yeah, because it's interesting that it didn't just say she speaks Infernal. It actually had her say words. You have a hard time doing so. The words are foreign to you, but the sentence structure seems strange. However, you know that the first word means language or something similar to that effect. The next word is one you recognize immediately. Dragon. You try to make sure that the language Zana is speaking is Infernal by tapping into the dark tapestry. Because it didn't say that she speaks Infernal. It's just it says she's trying to speak Infernal. Your vision begins to fade. Your eyes open up, and you find that you're no longer in the guild hall. I wasn't in the guild hall before. Retry. You concentrate, the process taking most of your energy. Slowly, you begin to see through the dark tapestry's eyes and begin to see into the past. Most of what you see is sand and rock. What? I'm tapping into the dark tapestry way harder than I want to. Let's see. You focus on trying to use your connection to the dark tapestry to verify whether or not Zana can now speak Infernal. It's weird to personify the dark tapestry as a being that has eyes. You focus and look through the dark tapestry's eyes in the past. You see Zana, but she is different. Her skin is red as opposed to tan. She wears red clothing as opposed to her current undergarments. Are they implying that Zana's in her underwear or something? Hold on. You stop trying to use the dark tapestry to recognize if Zana is speaking Infernal. Instead, you decide to ask Zana if she can use her Infernal speech to manipulate Infernal Flame. So a couple things. For one, the dark tapestry seems to be able to look through time. And two, the dark tapestry seems to be alive. Huh? Zana replies. You tell her that you will teach her English if she teaches you about infernal magic. Retry, because the game is being weird. Let's see. You expect Zana to respond, but she instead continues speaking, completely ignoring you. You realize that she is speaking a different language, one that you do not recognize. Interesting. Zelvix. What language is Zana speaking? It doesn't appear to be infernal. It's something else. Oddly enough, I can kind of understand it. Zana suddenly looks rather, well, confused is the best word for it. She stares at you in confusion, and you start to wonder whether or not your plan will work. Isvri Quosha, Zana says to you. Zana, it seems like you are connecting to the dark tapestry, but you are learning a different language. I wonder if this new language you've learned grants you any unique abilities. Yeah, because if learning Infernal teaches you how to manipulate Infernal Flame, then learning whatever the hell she's doing might actually give her a different ability. Zana stares at you in silence for a moment, as you start to wonder if you should withdraw your statement. Eventually, she speaks up. What is she going to say? Yes, I am able to speak it and read it. I know this language. She pauses before continuing. I don't know how, but I do. I can. I think the AI is doing pretty good. You are connecting to the dark tapestry through your bond with me. It doesn't seem like the connection is perfect, however. So, when you tried to learn Infernal, you instead learned a different language. What is the name of the language you just learned? And does it have any magical power? Magic power languages sound like an interesting concept, because then you could get into magic spells that are just straight up words in the magic power language. Zana struggles to find the words, but eventually saying one. Cthulhurat. Cthulhurat. Is that what it says? Cthulhurat. Cthulhurat. You've heard of that. In fact, you've seen it somewhere before. Isn't that the language of the yellow sign? I'm going to get rid of the part where it's you know what it is. I don't know what that is. Let's see. I'm going to ask Zelvix what Cthulhurat is. Well, I guess I'm going to ask Zelvix if the language Cthulhurat has any magic, is a magical language. That's it. You ask Zelvix if the language Cthulhurat is a magical language. And I do mean to ask Zelvix, not Zana, so I hope it doesn't mix up their names because they both start with a Z. Zelvix snaps his fingers, and Zana immediately stops speaking. Interesting, Zelvix says. I'm gonna say, because he didn't, I should retry it. Him doing that is fine, but he didn't acknowledge my question. He nods before shrugging. It is in its own way, he laughs. Of course, what do you expect from the language of the old ones? Zana looks up at you. Through the bond, you can sense her fear. I say, the old ones. Are you referring to the elder gods or to something else? I've met the elder gods, but when I fought them, they spoke a common language. Yeah, like, does Zana now know, like, the language of the elder gods, like some magic language? You met the elder god, Zelvik says in surprise. You are certainly an interesting being. Zelvik approaches you, staring into your eyes. After a few seconds of staring, he quickly withdraws. Let's see. I am a god myself. I actually have killed an elder god before. Are you saying that my wife now knows the magical language of the elder gods? You wonder if Zana can now harness the power of the elder gods by speaking their language. Because that's actually like a really interesting concept. Like, we came here to learn how to manipulate infernal flame, but then instead Zana gets like a big god boost. I don't know, but she's certainly connected to them somehow, Zelvik says. Excuse me? Zana, try to harness the power of the elder gods. You're excited because you believe that Zana may now be more powerful than she ever has been. I'm a god, my friend Yag's a god, my daughter Laura is a god. Did Zana just get like a big boost? I don't understand, Zana says. What do you mean? Just try to use the power of the elder gods, you say, a bit confused yourself. Zana hesitates before closing her eyes. Let's see. What is she gonna do? I was really vague. So, we'll see. For a moment, you see a faint white glow emit from her body. It quickly fades and Zana opens her eyes. I don't feel any different, she says, with a hint of disappointment in her voice. When you closed your eyes, you summoned a faint white glow around your body. Try to do that again. I'll use my void sense to see if that white glow is elder god energy. I imagine that you're doing that by thinking about the language of the elder gods. You activate your void sense and focus your attention on Zana. Yeah, it's like, can she concentrate on the language of the elder gods in order to like use the power of the elder gods? Zana closes her eyes once again. For a brief moment, you see a faint white glow surround Zana's body. You smile, eager to share the news with Zelvix. Suddenly, Zelvix screams in agony as his body disintegrates into pure energy. Whoa. Okay. Let's see. Use your void sense to determine if the faint white glow around Zana is elder god energy. You narrow your eyes, carefully studying the faint white glow. You quickly realize that not only is Zana speaking the language of the elder gods, She has somehow managed to transform into a being made out of pure energy, just like an elder god. What the? Okay. Zana, you tapped into the dark tapestry through your bond to me. And that has somehow allowed you to ascend into an elder god. This is very interesting. You try to tap into the language of the infernals, but due to the connection being imperfect, it seems like you connected to the opposite of the infernals. Yeah, like you tried to connect to like the evil power of the devil lords, and instead you connected to like the power of the elder gods. Yes, I suppose the correct terminology would be dark tapestry or elder god. You're able to ascend due to your bond with me. I didn't do anything, it just happened, Zana exclaims in surprise. You learned the magical language of the elder gods, which seems to be what makes someone an elder god. I didn't know before how people became elder gods, but the magical language being the key makes sense. It is just like how, in order to master infernal flame manipulation, you have to learn infernal. So I'm more powerful than you now? Zana asked. Yes, but you will always be by my side, my partner in crime, you laugh. Always love you too, you big red brute. So here's what I'm gonna do. Edit out all that where Zana says, so I'm more powerful than you, yeah? I'm going to go, Zana, I've killed an elder god before. I don't know if you're more powerful than me. What I'm curious about is whether or not infernal energy and elder energy, like elder god energy, are opposites. I noticed that you unintentionally atomized Zelvix. I did something similar while fighting an elder god. So we both have the ability to atomize people. You ask... Actually, I don't know how Zana would try to learn Infernal. She tried to learn Infernal before, but instead she learned the Elder God language. So it seems like she might have to try to learn the Elder God language, which she already knows, in order to try to learn Infernal. Maybe I could teach her Infernal. You offer to teach Zana Infernal if she teaches you the language of the Elder Gods. Because we could just learn from each other. I'm still trying to process all this. Okay, fine. We need to do this slowly. I don't want you to learn just like that. Zana points to the coin in your hand. What? You are surprised to see a coin in your hand. You don't know where the coin came from. You wonder if the coin is somehow connected to the death of Zelvix. You don't need to worry. You can trust me, Zana, you assure her. I'm still trying to process all this, Zana says with a worried tone. Let's see. Zana, you're a god now. Well, you're an elder god now. Now, our family is made up of gods. I'm a god, our daughter is a god, our friend Yag is a god, you're an elder god. I think it's pretty cool. Let's see. So you are down for us to teach each other? I wonder if I'm gonna have to fight Zana to try and learn the language of the Elder Gods from her. Well, I guess, okay. I'll only teach you if you let me teach you everything, Zana announces. Teach me everything? So you'll only teach me the language of the Elder Gods if I let you teach me the entire language? That's fine with me. Let's start now. I'll teach you Infernal, while you teach me the language of the Elder Gods. Zana nods her head in response. You pull up a seat and pull out a piece of parchment. Using the pencil that is found within the desk drawer, you write down numbers from 1 to 100. Okay, so this is how it works. You explain the language of Infernal to Zana as Zana teaches you the language of the Elder Gods. Okay, so this is how it works, you begin. Let's retry that. I'm trying to see if we can get a time skip. I'm ready, you say, after checking to see if the coast is clear. You bring your hands up as your face twists and morphs into a demonic visage. Zana backs away in her cell a bit, but she doesn't look like she's particularly afraid. So, hold on, I turned into a demon. I'm going to retry that, but that's actually really interesting. Zana, over the course of a few days, begins to learn the language of Infernal. You learn the language of the Elder Gods. You both teach each other as much as you can. Zana is fascinated by your ability to summon demons from Infernus and interact with them. Awesome. Now we both possess the power of the Elder Gods and the power of the Devil Lords. I wonder if that means we can absorb the essence and abilities of those we defeat. Excuse me, because that's what the Devil Lords could do. You spend time reading the tomes you've acquired. You come across a book called The 13 Sins. You find it interesting. You've heard of these things before. Retry, because I haven't acquired any like new books or whatever. I think it's worth a try. So who shall we kill first? Well, let's see. I need to get a list of arcane symbols that you'll need to memorize. Well, hold on. I don't know why we would need to memorize like arcane symbols, because it seems like we've already like learned the thing. You say, before we test out our new abilities, let's go check on Laura and Yag. They went to fight Belzix, the Devil Lord, a few days ago. They could be still fighting him. Depending on how strong he is. Sounds like a plan to me. You and Zana leave the guild hall and head to Velzic's fortress. It takes you a few hours, but you finally get there. As you approach the fortress, you hear screaming. Sounds like Laura. Oh goodness. Okay, so after you leave Zelvik's fortress, yeah, and then you head to Velzic's fortress. Come on, Zana. We need to make sure. Well, yeah. Come on, Zana, is just all I'll say. And then it's like, you rush into Velzic's fortress in search of Laura and Yag. You hope that Laura and Yag are okay. You're wondering how powerful Velzix must be for Laura and Yag to still be fighting him, like, over the course of multiple days. Because that seems, like, really wild, actually. Yesterday, we did, like, 7 fights within the span of, like, 4 hours. And they're fighting, essentially a devil lord for days. Then and you rush into Velzic's fortress. You see a disfigured demon with 4 arms fighting Yagoroth, the Destroyer. It looks at you for a moment before grabbing one of Yagoroth's arms and fighting it off. Zana, wait outside. So I'm going to get rid of the Zana wait outside thing. I'm going to change it from Yagoroth's to just Yag's. And then, yeah, change that to fighting Yag. Yag. Is that 4-armed demon? Is it 4-armed? Yeah. Is that 4-armed demon the Devil Lord Velzix? You look around for Laura while listening for Yag's response. Because we heard Laura scream, even though Yag's the one who's getting his arm cut off. Kill it! Kill Velzix! Yag screams in agony. You look around, but you can't see her anywhere. You don't have time to search as Velzix quickly approaches you. Don't just stand there. Kill him. Yag, I didn't come here to fight your battle. You can still beat him. I've seen you fight someone while only having 1 arm before. You actually seem to fight better when you have 1 arm. summon a sword and try your best to defeat Velzix. Go all out and use your greatest powers to try and take him down. You hope that the fight between Yag and Velzix will be exciting, action-packed, full of amazing abilities, and will push Yag beyond his limits. Yo, let's go. Let's go, Yag. Zana, are you insane? Get out of here. This is demon business, Yag commands, but you ignore him. I'm going to retry, because I don't know why he'd say that. Is that mortal interfering? I'm disappointed in you. I thought you would come to fight and help me kill Velzix. I guess I thought wrong. Your friend promises the world and then doesn't follow through. Maybe I shouldn't have been so friendly with them. So I think I'm trying to figure something out. Is that Yag saying it? Is that mortal interfering? As in Zana? Wait, no. If you get rid of that first part, I'm disappointed in you. I thought you would come to fight and help me kill Velzix. I guess I thought wrong. Get rid of like your friend promises and just say your promises. No, you promise the world and then don't follow through. Maybe I shouldn't have been so friendly with you, kind of thing. Well, then you're doing like almost a full rewrite. Just retry. I was like, that seemed like a cool speech. Velzix approaches. You see his eyes go completely red and his body starts glowing. Is he preparing to unleash a powerful attack? Velzix unleashes a blast of pure dark matter, hitting Yag directly in the chest. Yag is sent flying. Yag, use your incredible speed use your incredible speed and strength to try and ricochet off the wall. And bombard Velzix with a series of magical attacks. There we go. I spelled ricochet wrong. Also, he uses dark matter. Yag bounces off the wall and hits Velzix. As Velzix attempts to recover from his blast, Yag rushes in and begins punching Velzix repeatedly in the face. Velzix falls to the floor, attempting to crawl away while bleeding profusely from his face. You think that Velzix crawling away looks pathetic. You hope that Velzix is getting ready to use some impressive dark matter ability in order to heal himself or potentially regain the upper hand against Yag. You want Yag to win, but you don't want Yag's victory to come easily. You want to witness an amazing battle. Yeah, come on, Velzix. Like, do something cool. You will never conquer. Ever. Velzik crawls on the floor and begins to muster up a large ball of dark matter in his hand. Press enter, just keep it going. Keep the combat going. We didn't get to fight Zelvik, sadly, because Zana just, like, atomized him. But Zana did get a big power boost. I'll blow this entire planet to smithereens before I let you do so. Oh, Velzix is going full Frieza on this one. He's like, I'll just destroy the entire world. Yag rushes toward Velzix. I would stop if I were you. I don't know who says that. You are surprised that Velzix claims that his dark matter is strong enough to destroy an entire planet. You've only ever destroyed a planet once, and it took a lot of energy and Zana's help. The idea that Velzix can destroy a planet by himself shows just how powerful Velzix is. You're excited to see if Yag is strong enough to defeat an opponent who is powerful enough to single-handedly destroy an entire world with one attack. Yeah, because that's crazy. If Velzix actually is like a world breaker, like a one-attack world breaker. As Yag reaches Velzix, he begins to be struck by the dark matter blast. He attempts to deflect the dark matter ball with a barrier, but the dark matter is just too powerful. The barrier shatters instantly, and the dark matter continues to push him back, despite his best efforts. Whoa! You are amazed by this display of strength. If Yag can somehow overcome the ball of dark matter energy that was created to destroy the planet, then that would prove that Yag is stronger than a planet-destroying blast. Ooh. You wonder, how is Yag going to use his abilities in order to survive this incredible attack? Yeah, because that's wild. Like, the idea that Yag, like, creates a barrier and the blast, like, shatters the barrier, and then Yag's like pushing against this blast that's supposed to be able to destroy a planet. Wait, what? Yag pops. Velzic's attack is so strong that it has destroyed the planet. Yag, upon beginning to lose against such an attack, was forced to pop. Velzic is left there, surrounded by chunks of planet. He laughs loudly. Yag. I can't believe it. You take a moment, to mourn Yag's death. You know, well, I mean, that's weird to say because he can resurrect. You are horrified by Velzic's display of power. You know that Yag can resurrect, and yet you still can't help but feel sad at seeing him explode in such a violent manner. You look around for Laura, as you don't know if her god power would be enough for her to survive the explosion of the planet. Yeah, because like the whole planet just blew up. Yag isn't quite strong enough to survive a planet-busting attack. You see a body on the ground. It's different than the rest of the bodies lying around. These are bloody corpses. This one is alive, but barely. You run over to this body. You check to see... Oh, sorry, I already have you. You check to see if the living body is Laura. Come on. Yes, it's her. She's badly hurt and heavily bleeding from several wounds, but she's alive. You quickly pick her up in order to bring her to safety. Let's see. So it says something about running out of the palace. Nah, we're not running anywhere. I'm gonna say, Zana, I found Laura. She was badly hurt when Velzix destroyed the planet. One of us needs to heal Laura. The other one needs to kill Velzix. Which do you want to do? Okay, so one of us is going to kill Velzix, who is a planet-busting devil lord. Zana's eyes dart towards Velzix. She walks forward and picks up the demon blade he dropped. I'll do it. She walks over to the spot Velzix was standing and looks up at him. She points the sword at him. Okay, this is going to be really cool. I'm going to get rid of the he dropped and picks up a demon blade. Ooh! That was sticking out of a pile of bloody corpses. Yeah. Because they never mentioned that he had a sword before, so I'm like, she could probably just get a sword off the ground. The whole planet just exploded. So I'm going to attempt to heal Laura with a healing potion while watching Zana and Velzix face off against each other. Zana now possesses the power, I didn't spell that right, possesses the power of the elder gods and of the infernals. You wonder if she will be strong enough to defeat Velzix. You've never seen an enemy who could destroy an entire planet with a single attack before. You think that this battle that you are about to witness might be the most epic fight you've ever seen in your entire life. Yeah, because Zana getting like the Elder God Infernal boost and then having to defeat Velzix the Demon Lord, who's like Planet Buster, like a easy one-hit Planet Buster. This is gonna be wild. You take out a healing potion and open it. You attempt to rub some of the healing ointment on her cuts and burns, but she stops you and tries to speak. No, too much pain, she says before closing her eyes. Laura, feed off of my life force. You can do that because you inherited your mother's succubus abilities. I will use hydrokinetic healing salve in order to maintain my life force as you absorb from it. Once you are done, we'll both be fully charged with energy. Yeah, like I need Laura to survive. You open her mouth and look her in the eye. You rub your neck in order to make it easier for her. She begins to drain your life force. Velzix has been firing blasts of hellfire at Zana, but she manages to deflect them with her sword. Ooh, okay. Let's see. You continue to watch the battle between Zana and Velzix. You wonder what new powers Zana now possesses. Like, I guess you wonder if Zana can harness the power of, well, not harness, but can combine the power of the Elder Gods and the power of the Infernals to create new attacks. You also wonder if Zana's Demon Blade has any special abilities. You want to learn more about Velzic's powers. You overall are just excited to see such an amazing battle happen right in front of you. How are we doing on time? Oh, it's only been like an hour 17. This episode has been kind of wild. Velzix is in mid-sentence. This is the end of your foolish quest, little necromancer. Zana's eyes begin to glow red. Her skin begins to turn a dark red. Horns grow out of her head. Oh shit, she's going like full demon mode. Also, little necromancer, weird line. Let's change it from little necromancer, because Zana's not known for necromancy. Let's change it to like, you little witch, or something like that. Because that works. Because Zana does like actively use like magical abilities and stuff. Keep rolling. Zana turning into a demon seems really cool. Her teeth become long and sharp. Claws grow out of her fingers. She grows large. A mighty demon warrior. That should be like she grows into a large and mighty demon warrior. That'd be cool. I'll tear out your soul and feast on it, Velzix, she says. Ha! This should be interesting, Velzix replies. Okay, that's really cool. Let's see. She grows into a large and mighty demon warrior. Ooh. You are amazed by Zana's new infernal transformation. You wonder if she also has an elder god transformation, and if she could somehow combine the two. Belzix still appears confident, which strikes fear into your heart. You wonder if Zana has what it takes to defeat a demon lord like Belzix. It is insane that Belzix appears to be so much stronger than Zelvix was. He's on a whole nother level. So Zana going into like a demon form is like really cool. Zana and Belzix clash. Zana swings her sword at Belzix's head. Belzix stops the sword with his hand and begins to squeeze. Ah, stop. Stop. I don't know who says that. Screams the demon sword. Sure. Let's have the demon sword be like a literal demon sword, like it's like a living demonic sword. And keep it rolling, like keep the action going. Belzix crushes the sword. He tosses it onto the ground and Zana falls to her knees. No sword, no chance, Belzix says while laughing. Don't give up, Zana. You possess the power of both an elder god and an infernal. Combine your powers and see if you can overcome Belzix's might. Belzix appears to be incredibly strong. You know that Zana needs to be careful. A single attack from Belzix is enough to destroy a planet. You begin to wonder if Yag's essence was absorbed by Belzix or not. You look around to see if Yag has resurrected. Yeah, because I just assumed that Yag was going to resurrect. And then I'm like, wait a minute, they have this whole thing where they like absorb your essence and steal your power. Haha, now I'll show you what true power is, Belzix laughs. Belzix moves in to attack Zana. Time seems to slow as you see Belzix's fist moving towards Zana's head. You know he's going to destroy her. Zana, defend yourself. Use the white aura of the elder gods. Whew. You try to use your bond with Zana to help her focus her might into summoning her elder god aura. Yo, you can't let him like one punch you. Suddenly, a brilliant white light appears around her. Her tiny dress is replaced by flowing white fabric. She pulls out an ornate golden red sword. I am the wrath of the infernals. I am the burning justice which will destroy you. Oh, shit. Okay, let's go. Zana, quickly. You have to block or dodge his attack. If you don't, he'll hit you with enough force to destroy an entire world. So she just had another transformation, which is pretty legit. Zana disappears and reappears behind Velzik. She attempts to stab him in the back, but Velzik is too quick. He grabs her sword and squeezes until she drops the weapon. It's no use, Zana screams. Okay. Don't give up, Zana. Embrace all of your powers. While you face him, I'm healing Laura and trying to see if Yag has resurrected. You keep looking around to see if Yag has resurrected or not. Crap. If he doesn't resurrect, then that would imply that Velzix just has absorbed his, essence. Zana attempts to cast a spell with her free hand. She fails, and Velzik picks her up by the wrist. Your strength is impressive for a little girl, but you're still weak compared to me, Velzik says. Shit. Okay. Use Void Sense to detect if Velzix has absorbed Yag's essence. If Velzix has absorbed Yag's essence, then Yag may be unable to resurrect. If Velzix hasn't absorbed Yag's essence, then Yag should be able to resurrect. Okay, come on. This will determine whether, Yag just straight up died. You concentrate and you can see that Velzix has indeed absorbed Yag's energy. If Zana deals a killing blow, then you should be able to resurrect Yag. Your friends won't help you now. Oh shit. Zana, the situation is more dire than I thought. Velzix is stronger than he was when he fought Yag. He has absorbed all of Yag's power. He is a devil lord and a god. He's a devil lord god. Oh shit. Okay, that's pretty intense. What? Listen, I'll explain later. I need you to kill Velzix now. I can't take him alone. Just do it. Zana stabs Velzik in the back of the knee. Hold on a second. Rewind. I'm pretty sure she's not holding the sword anymore. He squeezed her sword until she would drop the weapon. I'm not sure why she dropped the sword, but she did. Maybe because she just couldn't do anything. Actually, yeah, now that you think about it, if your opponent grabbed your sword and you legitimately couldn't get it away from him or whatever, it does seem like a thing where it's fuck it, I guess I'm not using the sword anymore. That's fair. So she doesn't have a sword to be able to like stab Velsic in the back of the knee. So I'm gonna remove that line real quick. Let's see. I'm gonna keep having Zana fight Velsic just on her own. If she can beat him, that's really impressive. Zana leaps at Velsic and slashes his muscular and scarred devil arm off. See, that's the thing. They keep going like, oh, she can use her claws. That's cool. Wait, yeah, let her use her claws. That's dope. Velsic bellows in pain. Zana then cuts off one of his heads. How many heads does he have? Velsic begins to bleed from every orifice, and then his body explodes into ash. Oh no. Cool, but you can't just kill him off. This guy is really powerful. Zana looks terrified, but readies herself to strike Velsic down. I've got an idea. We can bind Velsic back into his prison. We can bind Velsic inside some form of prison, Zana yells. To which then I would say, no. We need Velsic dead in order to retrieve Yag's essence so that he can resurrect. Zana, you can do this. I know Velsic appears to be an impossible opponent, but I trust you. I'm here for you, and Laura is here for you. If for whatever reason you lose, we will fight in your place and resurrect you. Try your hardest and never give up. Okay. You're asking a lot. I know, but I believe in you and our love. She takes a deep breath, focuses her energy, and charges at Velsic. You shield your eyes as the massive battle begins. Large chunks of stone fly across the room. The castle shakes. Let's see. I need to edit something about this, because I'm pretty sure he's holding her by the arm. Yeah, so Zana earlier attempted to cast a spell at Velsic, but she failed, and she got picked up by the wrist or whatever. Also, it says Zana attempts to cast a spell with her free hand, but she wasn't holding a sword anymore, so both hands were free. But whatever, that's not like a really big deal. But yeah, she takes a breath, teleports out of Velsic's grasp, because she needs to like not be held by him anymore. Focuses her energy and charges at Velsic. There we go. Because that's the only way that she can charge at him. So keep it going. Let's see how this continues. I like how we're like essentially on a floating chunk of the planet. Outside you can see the trees being torn out of the ground and thrown across the landscape. You shield your eyes as brilliant light appears when they strike. This is it, you think to yourself. You know that the battle between Velsic and Zana is only beginning. You don't know if Zana is strong enough to defeat a Devil Lord God. Velsic's power appears to be at an impossible level. You think that Zana might have a chance if she combines her powers and uses them in unique ways. Yeah, like, if they just try to slugfest it out, I'm not sure if they'll be able to get it. You wonder what she has in store for Velzix. You're ashamed to admit it, but you are scared for Velzix and Zana's battle. You want to hide under a rock, as two giants beat the pulp out of each other with regular rocks. Why with regular rocks rather than just saying, like, with rocks? Let's see. Retry that? I don't know. It made me a punk. You decide to wait in case Zana needs you. Meanwhile, you decide to check on the other battles to see how they're going on. There are no other battles going on. The planet blew up. You look around and see three options. You can destroy the walls of Velzix's fortress. This could cause a rock slide that would most likely hurt Velzix greatly. You could also collapse the ceiling of the fortress to trap Velzix and bury him under the rubble. That's only two options for one. And also, this guy destroyed a planet, and we all survived that. I don't think dropping the fortress on him is how you beat him. Just saying. You decide that you need to trust her. You prepare yourself to fight alongside Zana in the battle against Velzix. You hope that this will be enough to turn the tide in this battle. Meanwhile, Velzix and Zana continue to engage in deadly combat. Nah, the game's like, you're gonna help her. I'm not gonna help her. Let her fight Velzix on her own. All you can do is wait and watch the events unfold, but the battle must be close to its end. Will Zana fall in battle, or will she emerge victorious? Zana, you're going to need to come up with a special move that utilizes your many different abilities. When facing an opponent who has such raw power, you have to use clever tactics and creative techniques. Yeah, like a lot of things, like a lot of fiction will be like, strong person hits other strong person really hard. But you gotta do more than that. You feel hands over your eyes and you hear a whisper in your ear. Guess who? You smile and turn around to see Zana standing before you. You take a look at her body as she takes a bow. Nope. Retry. Your encouragement seems to invigorate Zana. She lowers her head and begins to concentrate harder than before. Zana doesn't look up, but you notice the wind has started to pick up. It is now gusting at a furious pace. Ah shit, she's about to do something cool. Do something cool, Zana. You shake your head and feel the intense pressure she is exuding. She has to be careful not to hurt her allies. The ground begins to rumble as the earth begins to crack and split. Ah shit, we're already on like a small like platform of floating planet. The battle that destroyed the infernal realm. Episode 30, Jet, Starlight, and Zana, Fairy Monster Hunters. Large chunks of dirt and rock begin to blast into the air. You see the cliffside collapse as tons of earth fall into the ocean. Fall into nothingness is what I'll change that to. You can't even see Velzix any longer. The wind picks up even more, blowing everyone back to the edge of the island. I'm going to change that to, like, floating landmass. Whew. And falls into nothingness. Yo, Zana's going like full Dragon Ball Z. You hold on to Laura and check to see if Laura has finished healing. Almost done, she exclaims. You turn around and look behind you. The wind is picked up to a point where you cannot even stand. You are blown backwards and slammed into the wall of the cave. Ah. Let's see. Let's say we're slammed into the wall of a cave. Wait, aren't we inside the fortress? Hold on. But then we got blown outside, I think. Can we still see the fight? Well, like rocks and shit are floating up into the sky. I think the fortress is getting torn apart, so we'd probably still be able to see. Well, actually, hold on. How do you get pushed to the edge of the thing? Because I'm like, was that already like a contradiction? We're inside the fortress, the planet blew up. Let's say when the planet blew up, the fortress probably got destroyed and stuff anyways. Yeah, let's say we got blown into the wall of a cave. That's fine with me. That's cool. You are amazed by the amount of power that Zana is releasing. You hope that Zana is going to use that power in order to complete a special attack that combines her many abilities. You are afraid that if Zana just uses the power for a generic attack, that it won't be enough to take down Velzix. Velzix, so far, has been able to counter most of Zana's basic attacks. Like, it's a thing where I'm like, I don't think Zana can just, like, power up and then hit him really hard. You see Velzix at the edge of your vision. He is laughing uncontrollably. You refuse to give in, though. If Zana ignores you, you're going to have to use your own special abilities to help her. I'm going to get rid of everything after, like, he is laughing uncontrollably. Keep it going. Yeah, what is Zana gonna do? He finds Zana's attempt at fighting hilarious. You call that an attack? I'm not impressed, Velzix roars. Zana screams as loud as she can, and water begins to rise from below. Whoa. You were surprised that Zana has conjured a strong wind and now a torrent of water. You think that Zana might be using her power in order to summon the elements for some incredible elemental onslaught. You don't know if she's going to use the elements to create elementals, or if she's going to bombard Velzix with all of the elements, or what. You just know that you're excited to find out, and that you're afraid that you're excited to find out, and that you're not sure if the attack will be enough to take Velzix down. There we go. Because she could be like wind, water, fire, or like she could do like a whole bunch of crazy stuff. The wind picks up and begins blowing the water everywhere. The water begins to take shape as Zana has control over it. Suddenly you see a giant hand made out of water. Now that's impressive, you exclaim. Velzix is staring in awe as well. You didn't expect Zana to combine the water and air to create a massive water construct of a hand. You wonder if Velzix's infernal fire could evaporate away Zana's construct or not. You also are curious to see if Zana is going to use the massive construct to complete hand signs to cast a spell, or if she's planning to use the hand to strike Velzix. I mean, I guess use the hand as a minion to fight alongside her against Velzix. And you're probably going to want to put a comma there, because that sentence looks hella long. Yeah, because if she did the spell hand sign thing, that would be kind of interesting, because she could do a spell that required like 3 hands, so something you just couldn't do normally, and then it would be like, and then like the third hand, and then do something crazy. But I could also see it being a thing where it's like the water hand tries to punch him as she tries to punch him, and they do like a whole bunch of crazy stuff, so I'm hyped. Zana uses her hand to slap at Velzix, who roars as he is knocked into a nearby mountain. No, my mountain! You hear the mountain lord cry out. What? The whole planet blew up, my guy. And he's like, but not my mountain. You watch as Velzix struggles to get up. Now Zana begins making hand signs. Oh crap, she is doing the hand sign thing. You think about how spells that require hand signs normally are cast using 1 or 2 hands. You wonder if hand sign spells are more powerful if done with more than 2 hands. You think that if Zana uses the water hand as a third hand for a hand sign spell, that the spell might be incredibly powerful. You still aren't sure if Zana can defeat Velzix. She was able to knock Velzix into a mountain. But Velzix is strong enough to effortlessly destroy planets. You know what I mean? Like, it's like a really interesting comparison. Mountain level is not on, like, planet level at all. Zana points her index finger at Velzix. To your amazement, a stream of water comes out of the water hand and its index finger. They both begin charging towards Velzix as the entire mountain begins to shake. You are shocked that she's using the water hand not only to help her cast a spell, but also to help her. I mean, she kind of already was doing that. Yeah, never mind. She was using it as a minion a second ago, and now she's using it to cast, but she's using it to cast while also, like, attacking. But just keep it going. Just keep the fight going. So you don't have to think about, like, everything that she does. Oh dear me, I'm going to lose my mountain, the mountain lord cries as the entire mountain begins to fall off its cliff. Belzix is beginning to charge towards Zana. Zana closes her eyes as she begins to concentrate. You wonder what spell Zana is trying to cast. And what Belzix plans to do when he gets close enough to attack Zana. Man. What manner of being are you to control life and death itself? I have been defeated and yet I live. Such power is not meant for your kind. It must be destroyed. Zana screams as a green ball of light breaks through her hands. What? What manner of being are you to control life and death itself? I have been defeated and yet I live. Such power is not meant for your kind. That has to be Belzix yelling that. Yo. So Zana shot like a green ball of light? Excuse me, the 3 hand signs was for like an energy beam? You see it surround Belzix, who cries out in pain. Hold on, it surrounds him, so that's not a beam. It's like he got captured in some kind of green energy barrier? I will show you pain, such as you have never experienced, mortal. I will... Belzic's voice cuts off when the green ball of light consumes him, causing a green explosion. So Zana did a triple hand sign green ball like energy prison thing that then like implodes and explodes on him. I will remember this woman, the mountain lord cries out as the mountain begins to fall down. You turn and begin to run away as the mountain collapses on itself. You watch in awe at the green explosion of life energy that comes from it. Oh. Wait, she used 3 hand signs to do a life energy spell? You realize that Zana's special move used life energy. She was conjuring the elements and performing those hand signs by spending life energy. You don't know how much longer Zana can keep up a fight like this. If she spends all of her life energy, then she'll surely die. You are unsure of if Belzix has survived Zana's attack. If he did, then this battle is far from over. Gosh. You run towards Zana. She is sitting upon the ground, completely tired from her spellcasting. Azula, are you okay? It thinks it's Avatar. You ask as you run up to her. I'm fine. I just need a second to catch my breath. Let's see. Azula, my goodness. Okay. I'm gonna say, Laura, you should be completely healed by now. Your mother is in bad shape. look over at the rubble from the collapsed mountain. And see that Belzix survived. Yeah, because this is a very crazy situation. You watch as Zana's body quickly heals itself. A few cuts and bruises disappear. Her clothing is still burned, but she manages to stand up again. She looks over at the rubble from the collapsed mountain. That explosion was too big for Belzix to have survived. Zana. That was an impressive healing ability. How did you heal yourself after spending so much life energy on that attack? Also, I'm not too sure that Belzix has been defeated. Remember, he absorbed the power of Yag when he killed Yag. Belzix is a demon, a devil lord god. Zana looks at you with sorrow. She must be wondering if she made the right decision. Zana believes that you would be better off without her. She doesn't want to burden you. What? Zana, don't be sad. You are the love of my life. You are one of my main drivers. You help keep me going. Ooh. You are my wife and my best friend. You are the mother of my child. You are my everything. Stand strong, Zana. We need to see if Belzix has fallen. If not, then your fight isn't over. Yeah, I don't know why Zana would suddenly be like doubting things. Well, except for the fact that she does kind of do that normally. Zana smiles at you. She holds your hand and walks with you to the rubble from the collapsed mountain. Standing on top of it, you can see that Belzix is barely surviving. Zana fires a bolt of lightning at Belzix. Laura, come over here. We are checking to see if Belzix has truly been defeated. Laura moves quickly towards you. You watch as Zana's body quickly heals itself again. Yes, Belzix is dead, Zana says with a smirk. You stare at the fallen demon lord and agree that he has been defeated. Okay. You look around for Yag. You know that since the Devil Lord God has been slain, that Yag should now be able to resurrect. You look around the battlefield and finally spot a large figure lying on the ground. Yag looks horrible. His entire body is covered in deep cuts. His armor is either broken or gone completely. Yag's weapon, which was at least 5 feet long, has been snapped in half. Okay. Yak. Whew. Finish healing up. We need to leave this room. You put up a good fight, Yak. You are extremely powerful. Though, probably not as powerful as Zana now. Yeah, Zana's pretty strong. So, Velzix was strong enough to fight Laura and Yag 4 days on end. I'm tired. I need sleep. If this was a real battle, you would have lost, Yag grumbles before passing out. Retry. Because that just was a real battle. You may have bested Velzix, but you haven't defeated me yet, Yag says in a low growl. With what little strength he has left, he leaps at you with his bare hands. You dodge out of the way, but you fall off the mountain. They're like, Yag's a bad guy. Yag shouldn't be a bad guy. Unless that's a thing. Is that going to be a thing now? I just retried again. Yag nods. He slowly gets up and begins gathering his equipment. Yena will help him too. After about 30 minutes, the three of you are ready to go. You begin the long trek back to your realm. I mean, it shouldn't be like a long trek. So I'm going to edit that out. And it's the 4 of us. Let's see. So I'm going to ask Yag and Laura about how the battle against, let's see, we just said his name like a ton. Velzix was going before you and Zana arrived. It was going terrible, Yag answers grimly. You say, I don't think I got to see all of Velzix's powers during his fight against Zana. It looked like he had 4 arms, he could manipulate fire, he was incredibly strong, and he could manipulate dark matter. Did he have any other powers? Whoa, he was incredibly strong. Super durable. Because he took quite a beating. And then when he absorbed Yag's powers, that was pretty crazy too. He could breathe poison, he could make other demons appear from portals in the air, and he could create fire tornadoes. That's all I can think of. What about his minions? Did they have any powers? That's like an interesting like follow-up kind of thing. Also, we didn't get to see him make fire tornadoes or breathe poison or anything like that. You can like kind of imagine like what they had to deal with. Oh, and they probably had to fight his minions too. The Shamblers had regeneration. The Rotters had a bad smell, an aura that lowered morale. The Beasts were tough as hell. The Bugs caused some sort of disease that made you itch all over and severely weakened you. And the Mages could cast some pretty dangerous spells. So I'm going to say, wow. So Yag and Laura had to fight all those minions and take on Velzix. Even though you two didn't beat Velzix, that's insanely impressive. So yeah, You attempted to hold back Velzik's planet-busting attack while you were weakened after multiple days of fighting? Yeah, like, it's not just that Yag, like, tried to stop a planet-busting attack. It's that he tried to stop a planet-busting attack after he was, oh gosh. He said, yeah, I've never been that scared, and I hope to never feel that again. Oh, goodness. Yeah, that's crazy. Excuse me. Let's see. Yag and Laura, after all you two have been through, do you both feel stronger? Surely that experience must have unlocked new potential in you both. Like, there's no way you fought like all those like crazy minions and stuff without becoming like more powerful. I feel a lot more in control of my powers. I feel a lot more in control of my mind. Everyone gets stronger the more they train and use their powers. I'm sure over the next few months, you'll both become even stronger than you are now. So, I feel a lot more in control of my powers, says Laura. I feel a lot more in control of my mind, says Yag. And then I'm gonna say the last line. Let's see. Zana and I learned the language of the elder gods and the language of the infernals. We now both possess the power of the elder gods and the power of the infernals. In other words, Zana and I are now infernal elder gods. Yag and Laura, you two are still just gods as far as I'm aware. Did either of you learn infernal while you were here? Because that was like part of the mission. It's like we're gonna learn infernal and we're gonna like fight the devil lords. Meh, it's not important, says Yag. I don't see why I need to learn it, says Laura. I'm excited to see how you two expand your power in the future. You create a portal using your portal magic, and the four of you return to Zana's room at the inn. I'll see you two tomorrow, you say, waving to Yag and Zana. Bye, they both say. You walk down the stairs and find William. What is this? Retry. We're back, you say, as you re-enter the room. Hi, sweetie, Zana says. She's playing one of the games that she acquired recently. Zana was with us. We don't have to greet her. We're back, you say. Great. I want to start drinking again, Zana says, walking over to the drinks cabinet. Zana, you say in disapproval. What? Zana says, getting angry. Let's see. Um, I feel like we can edit that. We're back, you say? And then Zana's like, great. After that battle, I think we could all use a drink. Hmm. Let's see. We've been gone a few days. I wonder if Lena was able to learn Infernal while she was exploring the traps and trick center. Yeah, because we were gone long enough to learn, like, the language of the Elder Gods and Infernal. I hope so, Zana says. I'll message her to see if she has, you say, sending a message to Lena through your psychic link. I've learned some new stuff, you hear her respond in your head. Did you learn Infernal? I mean, I don't have a psychic link with her. So I'm probably gonna just say something like, I'll ask Lena about it the next time I see her. I imagine she might still be at the Traps and Tricks Center. Ooh. After we all have a quick drink and talk, um, is everyone down to go to bed for the night? Hmm. I didn't get a chance to fight today. So tomorrow, I am making sure that I fight something. I think literally everyone else got the chance to fight today. Yeah, I didn't think about it until just now, but yeah, I watched Zana fight. Yeah, I'm ready to go to sleep, Yag says. I want a drink first, says Zana. Go ahead then, you say. I'm going to go get a drink by myself. You two can do what you want. The last line is, I guess Zana, says Zana. And then I'd be like, Laura, what are you going to do? Are you going to drink with your mother? Head to bed? Or do something else? I'll drink with mother, says Zana. I'm going to change that to Laura. You wave your hand, and a portal opens up next to you. You step through it with Yag exiting on the other side. You find yourself in a barren field. There's a river of alcohol running through it. I don't know why I would do that. I don't know why I would go to, like, alcohol land or whatever. So let's see. So I'm just going to edit that out. Let's see. Cool. Good night, everyone. Tomorrow, we'll go out and find a new opponent to take down. Well, I guess go out and find more powerful opponents to take down. I imagine that Velzix was powerful, but he surely... Well, I imagine that Velzix, in a few days, will seem like a cakewalk compared to whoever we end up fighting in the near future. Because that's kind of how it is. You have like these epic battles, and then it goes crazy later. Good night, everyone else says. You go to sleep. This is the beginning of a very interesting few months. The rest of this book is going to focus mainly on fighting demons, killing them, and other things involving that. I'm going to get rid of that last line, so I'm just going to have it end on you go to sleep. But that is the end of episode 30. I hope you guys are excited for episode 31, which will likely be coming tomorrow because I make these episodes daily. Thank you all for watching. If you guys like this video, make sure to smash that like button, favorite, comment, subscribe, and ding, 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 ring the notification bell to be notified whenever we do these videos. If you would like to watch the entire series, feel free to click on the series playlist link in the end card or in the description below. If you would like to read the entire series, please click on the AI Dungeon link in the description. And if you'd like to talk about the series with each other or with your boy, feel free to post down in the comment section below or join our Discord in the description box below. If you'd like to talk spoilers, definitely make sure to DM me. We don't want to spoil it for everybody else. But anyways, thank you all once again. This is your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black the One Only, logging out. Peace. Chicken it. Gawa.